which helps him have his way against most defenders.
Garland kicks to Clarkson. And the pass to Garland. Jacks up a three. It's rebounded by Dallas. And Thompson may have led the way for Canadians. But as far as where the league is going, Greg, he's a throwback player.
I mean, a rebounder and rim runner. His game is built on toughness and hustle. Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. Now, here's Doncic. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Lakers.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
Here's Osman after Luka Doncic's bucket. Up and in on the layup. Osman's got 5 points so far.
Cashing in on the interior, making it look all too easy.
Here's Doncic, and Dallas again with the bucket.
And this is how you want to start the ball game. 4 for 4 from the field. Seems like they're right on point and can't miss.
At the elbow, it's Thompson. Love the pass to Garland. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's his first foul. Clarkson against Hardaway. Clarkson finds Thompson. Mark, I'm assuming all the coaches in the NBA have put in their new plays by now, or am I wrong? Will they introduce some new things, new actions throughout the season?
Well, I tell you what, you talk about the coaches in the NBA, they all have PhDs in basketball, and they are always tinkering and making adjustments, Kevin.
And the dunk by Doncic.
Well, the main weapon in Doncic's attack, he really excels at finding lanes and then taking advantage of them.
Here's Osman. He's got 5. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That's his first foul.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Nance comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Sexton in for Jordan Clarkson. And then for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Wright comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Barea subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Doncic.
Boy, showing you some power there, fellas. I mean, nice to see Doncic get up and drop it in with force that time.
Garland dishes to Thompson. Sexton with it. Right on him. The shot by Sexton, no good.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim, that's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
Here's Doncic. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. They defeated Indiana in their last.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys, talk about bringing it. Boy, Luka Doncic, such an all-around skill set. I mean, the defense having a real hard time containing him tonight.
50 seconds left here in the opening quarter. On the wing, Nance. Dishes it to Garland. Clock at 4. They get it again. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Thompson kicks to Osman. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Osman's got 7 points.
Oh, he had him spinning. He looks like he's dizzy after that crossover.
Back to Doncic. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on Nance.
I'll tell you what, guys, that's not an easy finish, but somehow Doncic makes it look rather effortless.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And he finished last season right around 71% from the line, so not exactly his best percentage.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Dallas Mavericks. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. We've got more in store for you right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Mavericks.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Mavericks, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. DeJuan Wright is out there with J.J. Barea, and it's Doncic in at the small forward. It's deflected. They retain possession. Shot is good, and the Mavericks' lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Nance. Barea, the pass to Kleber. Here's Porzingis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Nance.
Well, I tell you what, hard to contain Porzingis now. When he's being aggressive with it, the defense gets a little shaky.
The Mavericks shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Comparisons being drawn between Kristaps Porzingis and Dirk Nowitzki for their height and skill level, understandably so, and in many eyes, fitting that Porzingis is now a Dallas Maverick.
Love's checked in for the Cavaliers. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Garland. And then for Dallas, Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Luka Doncic. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for J.J. Barea.
And the muscle of Sexton, outstanding at just working through the contact and finding a way to finish.
And Clark, looking at those 2 players you just mentioned, Nowitzki 7 foot tall, Porzingis 7'3".
Yeah, you take a look at those guys, and the difference really, I think, is the athleticism of Porzingis. He moves a little better, he bounces a little higher, and as he's gotten stronger, I think center might be his natural position, whereas Dirk was really better suited to being a power forward.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now Sexton. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
Boy, he was piling up those assists in that one. I mean, every pass seemed to be on time and on target.
Shot is good, and the Mavericks' lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Jerebko. The Mavericks have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, you got to push Porzingis out of the paint. If you don't, you're looking for trouble.
And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And this matchup with Dallas, it's their first meeting of the season.
And in their 2 matchups last season, they came up empty both times. Not really too shocking when you see how they fared overall.
Exactly. I mean, when you lose as much as they did last year, you'll get beat by teams that aren't playoff powers for sure.
Dallas making a switch here. Brunson's checked in. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That is his first foul of the game. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
How about the reaction time on that pass? Quick. And what good work there to get in the way of it.
And, you know, Porzingis plays with such fearlessness. I love that about him. And he's also a big guy with some agility and endless range. This guy has in-the-gym range, if anybody has that. Boy, you look at how tall Porzingis is. He's 7'3", and you add in his skill level, that's a unique combination. No wonder they call him the unicorn. He is unique.
And Clark, the advantage of height, well known in basketball, but some have wondered if Porzingis is almost too tall.
Well, you know, there's a concern because he's had a significant injury early in his career, and his frame is really long, which makes you a little more susceptible to injuries. But I think KP has worked diligently to add strength and improve his body. Only time will tell if he's able to stand up to a long, productive NBA career.
Cedi Osman, he's checked in for Cleveland. The Mavericks also with a sub. Marjanovic is checked in.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
Brunson, good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Sexton cuts off the pass. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And, Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Well, the number 33 pick in the 2018 draft, Jalen Brunson, off to a pretty good start.
Boy, I tell you what, this guy is so solid. He was the Naismith Player of the Year and a two-time champion at Villanova. No surprise to see him handling this business in the pros because he's all business.
Thompson, he's checked in for Kevin Love. Mavericks leading by 12. Here's Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
A prolific slasher with some serious bounce. Hardaway Jr., fun to watch.
Sexton finds Thompson. 1:27 left now here in the second. Back to Osman. Clock at 6. Here's Clarkson, and he banks in the layup.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Nance comes in for Jonas Jerebko, and it's Garland in for Clarkson. Dallas also making some changes. Doncic comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith, and Barea subbed in for Hardaway. And the shot goes down.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Now, here's Garland, guarded by Barea. Porzingis with the steal. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Porzingis doing a nice job using his mobility and size to bully the defense there.
The Cavaliers trail by 16. Thompson outside. Feeds to Garland. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And the dunk by Doncic.
Porzingis has no problem giving the ball up. This is just the kind of unselfishness you like to see.
The Cavaliers have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Thompson passes to Osman. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first half. Shot clock at 6. Now, here's Sexton. He's guarded closely. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Just 4 seconds left in the first half. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds.
Thanks very much, Kevin. How do you guys get back in this game after the first half?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He ended up with 17 points and 1 assist. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on... And that wraps up the halftime show.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
Ashman and Love are the forwards. Garland is out there with Jordan Clarkson. And it's Thompson in at the center position. And that's the group for John Beilein as we begin the second half. And year 3, the best of Dorian Finney-Smith's career.
Yeah, you know, he upped his scoring rate, guys, and rebounding. He became more efficient and undrafted out of college, played his college ball at Florida, and he's made himself a nice home in the NBA.
And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for the Cavaliers. To the wing on the left. The wide open look here for Garland. Off target with his 3. Dallas leading by 20. To the paint and stolen by Love. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here.
And here's a look at some numbers for Hardaway, how he performed last season. Last season, he averaged 18 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Right inside and stolen by Love. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. That 3 off the mark.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Nice shot by Porzingis.
Well, you know, guys, the combination of strength and height for Porzingis allowing him to take on physical defense much better.
Garland kicks to Love. Passes it to Garland. That's in there. Love with the assist. Love's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not? You know, flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Jonas Jerebko's checked in for Jetty Osman. And Dallas also making a switch. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Porzingis. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, for the last 5 years, the Golden State Warriors have been the colossus that stood over the NBA. And there were thoughts that most teams were not willing to do things to be competitive, knowing that they could not beat the Splash Brothers, Draymond Green, and then Kevin Durant. But the Warriors lost to the Raptors in the finals last year, combined with the injuries to Durant and Klay Thompson, have opened things up. And for the first time in a long time, there are any number of teams in this league that believe it's their time.
Probably so. The West is strengthened. There's no doubt, DA. Interesting matchups coming up for sure. Thank you. For the Cavaliers, Nancy's checked in for Love. And it's Colin Sexton in for Clarkson. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Sexton deciding where to go with it. And then slams it in. We're talking about defense. Who are some of the best players in the league right now at taking charges?
Yeah, you know, that's a good question, Kevin. As I think about it, a guy like Marcus Smart for the Celtics comes to mind. Kevin Love, when he's on the floor and healthy, is pretty good at drawing charges. The Milwaukee Bucks, Ersan Ilyasova, and Draymond Green falls into that category too. He does a pretty good job of it.
Kyle Lowry up in Toronto. There are a lot of them. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Oh, costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, you know what? Their wounds are self-inflicted. I mean, you've got to play much smarter than that.
Dallas calls timeout.
Boy, a big summer for the Mavs here in 2019. Huge cap room. They were looking to stock up on veteran talent while Doncic was still on that rookie contract. Pretty solid position for the Mavericks.
You talk about the aggressive summer for the Mavericks. The max extension for Porzingis was a given.
Yeah, I agree. And you take a look at what else they needed. More shooting, two-way veteran players if they're going to make a push for the playoffs.
And Cleveland making a change here. Thompson's checked in. And so Wright nails both of them. The Cavaliers trail by 19. Sexton the pass to Jerebko. Powell pulls it in. The Mavericks have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. And Wright, here we go. A beautiful reverse layup. Wright's got 4 points this quarter.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. And Thompson with the nice bucket inside. Thompson's got 5.
That kind of energy and hustle on the glass usually produces good results.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Here's Jerebko. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
And there's the patience you want to see from Sexton. Eyes up and finds the open man.
Here's Kleba. That shot is off. Nance with some nice D. And Sexton has it in the corner. And Thompson kicks to Jerebko. That one, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Mavericks ahead, up 19. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Cleveland. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense too, Greg. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got J.J. Barea. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. Now, here's Garland, guarded by Barea. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Pushing it up. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
He's just letting it all hang out, guys. When Porzingis is in a groove like this, he just keeps putting it on you.
Here's Sexton. Buries it down low. Mavericks leading by 19 points. Here's Finney Smith. Oh, that's offensive interference. Kevin Love's checked in for Cleveland. Clarkson comes in for Garland. The Cavaliers shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Clarkson finds Sexton. Back to Clarkson. Fires for 3. Cleveland gets it back.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Here's Marjanovic. Love grabs the board. And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for Cleveland, trailing by 19. And it goes out of bounds. That one up Porzingis.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And, you know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Doncic is checked in for Marjanovic. Here's Osman, guarded by Doncic. Osman kicks to Clarkson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Mavericks leading by 19 points. Here's Brunson. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist.
And, you know, Barea is a capable floor general. Very good at setting the table for his teammates.
Sexton the pass to Nance. Love outside. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Porzingis, count that one. Porzingis has got 4 this quarter.
You know, Porzingis is a guy who's used to having to fight his way through the defense, and good balance allowed him to do that there.
Timeout. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Timeout called, Cleveland. And the Cavaliers this summer selecting point guard Darius Garland with the 5th overall pick. The second-year man Colin Sexton already on the roster. Greg, how do you see the fit between these two players?
Well, I mean, both are 6'2". The questions will come at the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, both show great promise as shooters, very scoring-minded guards, reminiscent possibly of a Lillard-McCollum pairing for the Blazers, which could be a roadmap for the Cavs.
A floater, Porzingis with the block.
Tell you what, Porzingis showing great timing as the anchor of the defense there.
Here's Osman. Brunson covering. Osman kicks to Nance. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Garland. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Dallas leading by 23. Brunson finds Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
It's deflected. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Mavericks.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And guys, sometimes it's hard during the first meeting of the season to get a feel for a team. But these guys came out and made the necessary adjustments, and they have to feel good about going up 1-0 in the season series here against Cleveland.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Porzingis.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in. They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done. If you allow them to get that close, you deserve to get scored on.
Here's Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Knight kicks to Porter. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at